First off, I just want to say thank you for getting on my podcast and agreeing to let me interview you about Soul Child clothing. This podcast is called the Phwealthy Podcast, where we talk about everything positive, healthy, wealthy. And I know that your clothing line kind of connects with all of those. And I've been following you for a while on Instagram. And I just see the kind of clothing that you put out. So can you just introduce yourself to the people and just let them know like who you are, where you're from, and how you got into clothing like when you were young? Not necessarily Soul Child, but the first time that you got into anything that has to deal with clothing.
Well, first of all, thanks for following me. Thanks for just paying attention to the root of what Soul Child is about. And, I really appreciate that. And then in regards to clothing and the clothing line, really it was really about the representation of myself and my sons. Clothing, fashion, things of that nature is really about the culture, who we are, what we're about, how we represent ourselves. And, being from the south side of Chicago, you see a lot of people who try to tap into different cultures, unfortunately, in regards to European fashions, some of the things that we see outside of the city. And I wanted to show something different. I wanted to be proud of who we were. I mean, as far as the city is concerned, who we are, as far as strong Black entrepreneurs, people with a lot of soul, a lot of culture, a lot of character, and then bring all of that out through the fashion. So just to continue with your line of questioning. Soul Child is a representation of myself and my sons. We first started the brand in 2004 when we started our Man Up clothing, and it was statement tees that we did as a fundraiser for the Male Achievement Network, which was my non-for-profit, working with high school age boys and girls, trying to raise money to get them to colleges. Support some of the areas that their family couldn't support them, and just being a bridge builder. So it started off as just a fundraiser. So we did statement tees, Man Up. What was that? From then, it grew into Soul Child. The original image of the Soul Child is my youngest son.
With the guy with the fro with the pick?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually a picture of my youngest son, who's now in college. My middle son, I have three boys. My middle son, the J. Mackay collection came after that. And that was more so about, just having a sense of style and sleekness. It was a signature brand, which, you can see the actual script in the soul. You know what I'm saying? It was more of a slick brand, which is kind of how he was, a high academic, real mellow, kind of laid back, but real smooth. Then we got into the College Boy collection, which was my oldest son, who he was the first of the boys of that collective to go to college. Being the oldest, I was the first male in my family to go to college. So I did an Educated Thug brand for myself. So it was all in alignment. So it all bridges together, and then it tied in with the moniker that was based on the statement by Frederick Douglass, "The soul that is within me, no man can degrade." My children, Chicago, the hip hop culture, fashion, that's all my, is my soul, and nobody can take that away. Nobody can degrade it. Nobody can shun it in any fashion or form, and we're gonna continue to build off of it.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I was reading up on those collections and everything, and I didn't really I didn't really understand where they came from. So now that I got an understanding, that's definitely real helpful to understand your brand a little more. But I also want to touch on, just your kind of your upbringing. So you were born in Chicago, right, on the South Side.
Yep,
So
87th Street, and then moved into the Wild Hundreds.
okay,
Um,
so
I
born in Chicago.
attended Whitney Young High School. Went on to go to Northern Illinois University, again as a first generation college student. But I was also, a teen parent. So I had my first son while I was a freshman in college. Brought him down on the yard with me. You know what I'm saying? So, he was the college boy because he kind of grew up on college, in that college atmosphere around individuals who are seeking a higher level of education, which was kind of different from, where I grew up at.
I see. Okay, so growing up in Chicago on the South Side, I'm just curious, in between that time and the first fundraiser where you made those shirts, the Man Up fundraiser, between, you being born and that fundraiser, were you into making clothes at all, or were you just trying to be the freshest on the block, or what
Nah,
was your
you know what? I
relationship with
wasn't.
clothes?
While I was in college, I'm was a former athlete, so everything was about comfort. It wasn't really about fashion and style. It was like whatever I was in, as long as I was comfortable, was able to, move around and get things done. You know what I'm saying? Always being on the go. That's what it was about. Now, I had, friends and my sister, they was kind of GQ, and, you would not necessarily bougie, but they had a little bit more flair. But with me, it wasn't like that. It was more of the athleisure type of fashion, which is how I create my clothes now. Everything is about the materials we use, the comfort that it brings. It brings out a sense of freshness, a sense of soul. No matter where you are, where you're moving. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's going out with some friends to a club, just hanging out, going to work. You know what I'm saying? It's a good, clean look, and it's durable wears. You know what I'm saying? So when I did my clothing, it was really about putting a message out there and being comfortable.
Got you. Okay. So a lot of sweatpants and hoodies in the beginning, right?
Yep, tees, hoodies.
Jogging suits and stuff.
We do what is called like a raglan style, where you have the baseball style tees,
Right.
different cuts and stuff like that. Yeah, stuff that made you look swole even if you wasn't.
Right. Yeah, those come in handy, especially in the summer now,
Yep,
But
and we did it. It was all basic unisex stuff. Now, we're tapping into more different styles and stuff like that with our ladies wear. With the crops and the off the shoulder pieces, stuff like that. So, like I said, women could flip it from something that they use as a cover up when they go to work out in, straight to like a club or a day party or something. They can feel good, sexy, and have those soft materials on their body.
right. Okay, so I'm just curious, what did you go to college for? What did you get a degree in?
So it's crazy. I got a couple of degrees, but I currently have a master's degree in education. So I'm administrator at a high school, and I've been in education now for the past 22 years. But before that, I got a degree in economics, but I did marketing and sales. But right after the 9/11 situation, I felt like I had to do more to be closer to my family and make more of an impact on my community. So I got into education. I started teaching high school, and actually I was on the west side, and the young people that I met at that time, and I was young myself at the time. I was able to relate to them and kind of tap in with them. So that's how we started our entrepreneurial stuff and the mentoring organization. Like I said, with the Male Achievement Network, we started that while I was teaching at the high school with a lot of young students, and then we got into the apparel.
Okay, so you didn't really focus on any type of apparel before you started working at that school
Nope.
on the west side.
No, but in the apparel game, I've had a lot of great mentors. So I seek out people to find the best way to market, the best way to be authentic about who I am and who the brand is targeting and what we represent. So people like Dave Jeff with Fly, Diego and Corey with Leaders, Zoe, Fashion Geek Zoe and Al, the twins over at right now they got the Retro Grill, but they had a store in the community, Keelan and Freeland. So I had a lot of great people that kind of big broed me, you know what I'm saying, and helped build some bridges for me.
Right. Okay, so what was it that made you want to start Soul Child Clothing, like as your brand, as your business? I know you had a business background, but not really a clothing background. So I know you did that fundraiser, but what was it that made you want to go all in with Soul Child?
Entrepreneurship. It's important for me to teach my sons and the other teenage people from Chicago that I come in contact with about ownership and not just preparing yourself to work for somebody else. Have something that you can be proud of, have something that you can pour into, tend that soil and watch it blossom into something big. So it's more about independence, because I believe that our economic and personal value comes from the things that we invest in personally. So I think it's important that everyone should think like an owner and not like a worker.
I agree.
So every time I see somebody doing a long stretch of time, I used to get excited about what we used to call Soul Child sightings. People would send their pictures in when they saw somebody rocking the brand or doing whatever. That's all I used to post is Soul Child sightings. I got excited to see people wearing, our designs and stuff that my kids could be proud of. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the real big function and movement behind Soul Child. I just want to see something that I own, that I created, that means something, and other people falling in love with it. And then I try now, and that's why I was trying to get my youngest son on the phone. He's embraced it, and he's pushing Soul Child, the College Boy collection. So a lot of the new styles and designs are things that he's come up with. I have a nephew who started Sauce University, and he's pushing his brand, his ownership. My oldest son is currently general managing a Haitian restaurant called the Yours Cafe. So he's pushing, a culture and ownership. My middle son, again, about my children, wants to go into hotel and restaurant management so he can create culture and an environment that people can feel comfortable with. So again, that all of that is Soul Child. So that's why the brand is so important.
Got you. And then do you still push like all your kids and your nephews and stuff to go to college, and even like the younger generation, you still like college?
Like I said, I work at the high school now where we're sending young men to college. And, like I said, it's been over 20 years, so I have plenty of success stories of young people who was doing extremely well that I would like to say I had some influence with. And I try to make sure that they remain soulful too, and understand that their contribution is just another bridge being built between generations, and making our life a lot better and more meaningful.
Got you. Okay. Well, I wanna talk about the business more, but just one more question about college, because I went to college and everything. I kind of feel like I didn't need to go to college, and I just want to know from you, what do you think is the benefit of college for someone who is already thinking about starting their own business as a young kid? What can they get from out of college?
So and that's a great question, because like the dynamics of the why have changed, throughout generations. I believe that the younger generation now has more access to a lot of different things and ways to generate income and things of that nature. And a lot of colleges do. They teach you how to become an employee. But the benefit of going to college is is having the opportunity to have some independence with protection. You can go away to college. You have your, you're going to eat. You're going to have a roof over your head. And you can take some risk on your dreams and still have a level of comfort and protection where it doesn't cost you to be out on the street. You know what I'm saying? I think that it gives you an exposure beyond your circumstance. You meet people from all over the world that can pour into the things that you influence. So if you want to get into fashion or you want to get into music, you can. It's not just the Chicago sound. It's not just the Chicago culture or the communities that we're used to. I'm able to network and build with people from down south, East Coast, West Coast. So you're able to tap into a broader market. And then with that, your network grows. So as you build your network, you can build your net worth. So I think college is important just to get and gain all of that experience to say, hey, now I can learn myself more, as opposed to however my parent was directing me, however my community was directing me. I can find out some things about who I am myself, and then build some resources to make it happen. Everybody doesn't have to go and graduate from college and do this, that, and the other, but I think everybody should experience it, because it's gonna just open you up to so much more. Now you have a lot of young people now that are using the internet and things like that, but a lot of that is not reality. You don't physically get to touch down with people who are authentic beyond what they're putting out on social media or whatever have you. Being able to go away and be with those people, the resources are endless. Like some of my best friends are people that I went to college with. These are people I turn to, to this day, and I've been out of college for a long time.
Right.
So, I think it's a lot of benefits of being away, learning more about yourself. It's more about the intangible things that you get out of college as opposed to the books. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're in school, period, if you feel robotic. I got to get up at this time. I got to do this. I got to do that. Everything seems robotic. College isn't like that. College gives you a lot of opportunities to explore, to network, to build, to expand, to open up your vision to a lot of different things, and really get out of what was comfortable. So I encourage it. Like I said, you don't have to. That ain't got to be your narrow focus, but I encourage it.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying on that front, because when I went to college, I did meet a whole lot of different people who do a lot of different things. I guess I just wasn't looking at starting my own business when I was in college. I was just looking to get that job. So I didn't really take advantage of all those resources like you was talking about. I was kind of just like, I just got to get through this so I could get my job. So I think that those are some good points.
Most people don't even work. They don't even work in the industries they get their degrees in.
Right.
They find a passion for something else, and then they use all of the skills that they got and put them into place. That's what college is about. Finding them skills, tuning in them skills, specializing in a certain area, but more importantly, building them intangible skills that you have personally that's going to help you be successful.
Right, correct. And then, are you in a frat? Because I see a lot of like people who look like they in frats on your.
I'm the bros. I'm a Q.
Q. Okay, that's what it looked like. I don't like to assume.
Omega Psi Phi fraternity. We're in a professional setting. Omega Psi Phi fraternity Incorporated. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm the old bros now, as they call it.
The old bros. Okay. Good. Okay, so I want to talk more about the clothing business, Soul Child, and I assume that you're doing things differently than when you did them when you first started out. So can you just talk about some of the challenges, just starting up a clothing brand when you started out, and just like some of the difficulties that you had to deal with?
So the number one difficulty with what I'm doing as far as the brand is concerned is I'm 100% in, but I'm not 100% invested, if that makes sense, because I have another job.
Right.
I have a career job, again, working with high schools and stuff like that. And I know how both are important. Again, me even exposing some of the students I come in contact with my entrepreneur side taps into the giving that I'm passionate about, as far as helping some of them, manifest into the things that they want to become. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But to be successful as an entrepreneur, or even with clothing, because so many people want to just put stuff out there, you have to be 100% in. Like, if I don't sell a t-shirt, I don't eat kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I believe Soul Child could be a lot bigger as a brand if I was able to just say, you know what, this is all I'm going to do. Because I'm going to tell you, like, in the summer, when I'm not, really in the grind of my everyday profession, in the summer, I'm cracking. I mean, it go crazy in the summer, because I'm able to pour more into it, from a marketing standpoint, to a visibility standpoint, from a creative standpoint. I'm able to pour more into it. Now I have so many other things that I'm thinking about and doing that I don't always get to do that as far as the brand is concerned. So what I would say to someone that's, upcoming or trying to build and do things like that, formulate yourself a real good team. Because in order to be successful, you can't do this by yourself. You want to be a creative. You want to be able to research how to find the most high quality materials and put out the best product. Have some, brand ambassadors and things like that. People who are going to give you the exposure and things that you need to be global and not just a local brand. Like it takes a really good team, and these are people who believe in your brand just as much as they believe in Gucci or Louis or whatever might be popping at the time. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Soul Child could be bigger, but I think the mission and purpose behind it right now has been bigger than the profit of it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Hold on for 1 second.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. I definitely see what you're saying there about the meaning and the message of Soul Child more than the profit of it. And at the same time, it's not like that's your main source of income. So I definitely understand that. Any advice for other people out there, maybe with a clothing brand or want to start up a clothing brand, advice on how to build a team from you?
Well, I mean, again, you got to really, really tap into like why you're doing it. What's your why? It's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna tell you that it's alright or it's trash or I wouldn't rock that, but it is not necessarily about how how one group of people feel about it. Again, that's what I'm talking about. It's a global thing. You can be big internationally, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the people from your own city don't rock your stuff. So, do it. I would advise people to do their research, put out something that's going to have some value and meaning to you that you can stand behind and willing to pour your passions into, because that's your fertilizer, you know what I'm saying? And you get that soil right, and then you'll see it grow, and people will latch on to it. And again, like I said, I was fortunate enough to have people that I can call on and say, "Hey, what you think about this?" That I value their opinion, and say, what you think about it, how you think that's gonna look in this particular environment, or hey, where did you get your stuff made at? Like people that tell me the truth, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I value that. Like I said, it's a lot of big brands that are out there that I can reach out and talk to some people, and they'll say, "Yeah, here. Let me put it out for you. Let me do this for you. Let's do a pop up together." You know what I'm saying? My homies ain't phony like that. Right. And again, these are the big brands that people know all throughout the city and globally that's doing big things. I've been fortunate enough to been able to work with the Pumas of the world and Nike and some other people that brought me in and say, "Hey, make something that's gonna look good with this." And you know what I'm saying? Because they know again my target market and how I want to do stuff. So just trust in the people that it sounds cliche. I ain't gonna say day ones, but trust in the people that, one, have the information and knowledge, and two, that want to help you and aren't looking for something in return. They just truly believe in what you're putting out.
Got you. Okay, good advice. Also, when it comes to the internet, like you was talking about earlier, a lot of kids are using the internet to make money and stuff these days. How much do you use the internet for, Soul Child Clothing when it comes to like marketing and sales?
I'm not good at it. Oh, I know how to put some. I know how to put some pictures up, but I'm not a master at that. Again, I reach out to the younger generation to help generate that. Like right now, we're doing this big college boy, college girl collection stuff. My son is, the original Soul Child image again. He's one of the top linebackers in the country right now, playing ball at a HBCU. So, I let him push some of that stuff. I got a young guy who's entering the NBA draft who, just like yourself, just likes the brand, likes the way it looks, this, that, and the other. So, I'm sending him some stuff, and he letting him push it. Again, it's just because they believe in what it is and what it's about. And now that we're becoming more culturally aware of who we are as a people, people want to represent those brands that mean something to them. It's not just about throwing something on. Right. So, I got one of my young mentees from back in the day I think he's a star. People may see him as a rising star, but a comedian who's real big on social media right now. And he reached out to me, hey, big bro, I love that educated thug stuff and what it's about. Can I rock those joints on my videos? And he's done that. So, I've been fortunate enough to have people who believe in what I'm doing to, let them push that whole social media thing. All I do is post pictures,
See. Okay, so you still got your team though. It sounds like you got more of a street team though.
And again, try to make the clothes and make people look good. Yeah, I don't think I got no funny looking people wearing my stuff, man, on social media. So ain't nobody dogging me.
I mean, I feel like the pictures that you have on social media with everybody wearing your clothes and stuff, it's just real authentic. Like, it looks real. It looks like real people in the community who actually wearing your stuff, not just models that you getting from here and there to just like wear your stuff. Like, it looks authentic, and that's what I really like about it, because a lot of this stuff is just, to me, it's just like fake, like the Louis and stuff. Like, it's not real, and those people who make that stuff don't care about us. Like, they don't even really want us wearing the stuff for real. But that's a whole nother topic.
No, I appreciate that, because what's crazy is, like, I get people a lot of times, they say, man, send these celebrities this, that, and the other, and I'll be like, man, celebrities wear my stuff all the time, but you might have to catch them at the gym, or you might have to catch them going to the store. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get paid to wear some of these other people. They get paid to wear these other people's clothes, but they really like my stuff, so you know what I'm saying? They wear my stuff on the regular. They buy it for their kids, and you know what I'm saying? They not necessarily just saying, hey, can you send me something? And now they will ask for some exclusive stuff, but they pay for it or do whatever they're going to do. But they really like it, because most celebrities are regular people. You know what I'm saying? At least black celebrities. You know what I'm saying? They regular folks. So I think a couple of weeks ago, somebody saw, a celebrity was posting some workout photos, and she had my joint on, and people was like, oh, here goes Soul Child sighting. I didn't know she was rocking your stuff. And I was like, yeah, she rock it all the time. Like, they get packages once a month. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm all about that soulful reason for wearing Soul Child apparel.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think those are kind of brands I like to support as well, so I'm glad to hear that from yourself. If you could go back though in time from, when things started, maybe with the Man Up or the College Boy collection and everything, when you was doing that, would you change anything, or do you have any regrets about like what you did in the past? Would you do it differently if you could go back?
I don't have any regrets. It's all been fun. It's all been a learning experience. But like, the only thing I would change is really like, but I don't know if it's a negative, but like trusting people to push it, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more, as opposed to doing a lot of stuff by myself. in the beginning, I was very protective of the brand. And like I said, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but I was very protective, and people would be like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. Or, and I'd be like, no, if I ain't there or if I'm not involved in it, then I really didn't allow people to, like push the brand like that when it came to social media, doing whatever. But again, I think it's a good thing because of the fact that it's just like being a protective parent. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want people to just say, oh, it looked good. It means something good too. You know what I'm saying? So when I push my brand, it has to have that meaning, that value with it. So that might have gave me more exposure. It might have allowed some other people to invest in it. So I could have, it could be a bigger brand. But I am happy with the success that I've had and the sustainability that I had, because again, I've seen people who got merch from me 10 years ago, and they'll, man, I just had your shirt on the other day. I'll be like, damn, you still got that with the big fro on it? I ain't put that out in 15 years, and they still wearing it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So I'm doing something right. So it's still a good feeling.
Okay, nice. So a lot of people have clothing lines these days. A lot of people want to start a clothing line. So it's a lot of different brands out there. If one of your kids from school, told you, hey, I want to start a clothing line, like, what maybe, like, I mean, I know you wouldn't want to deter them from it, but
no, I got kids who've already done it. It's some lines out there that I've helped with. Fashion and clothes is a $1 billion industry, a multi-billion dollar industry, and it's space for everybody.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Everybody can eat. Everybody can eat on this fashion thing, because when you think about it, it's 365 days in a year, and people might change clothes twice. You know what I'm saying? So you're talking about 730 outfits that one person can wear. If they could afford it, they would do it. You know what I'm saying? That's one person, and there's millions of people in the world. So, Kanye lost, a few hundred million from his fashion portion of his portfolio, and he's still booming.
Right.
And that's just one brand, and I don't even think I own any Yeezy or Adidas stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I still spend money on clothes. So the fashion industry is these lifestyle brands. It's enough space for everybody. It's enough space for everybody, because it's so many people, nationally, internationally, that, everybody, ain't nobody walking around here naked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we gonna put some clothes on. So I encourage them to do it. I encourage them to be creative. Again, you don't have to match everybody's likes and dislikes. Just tap into what you like and put it out there. Somebody's gonna gravitate to it.
Right. Okay. So it's not too saturated right now. Kids,
nah, not at all. People make some trash
it.
stuff. Now, some people, they just throwing stuff out there to make money, but that's up to you if you're going to spend money on it. Right. You know what I'm saying? There's some people that's getting them $1 T-shirts and throwing they brand name on it. You know what I'm saying? They getting the gas station T-shirts, so they ain't lasting, in my opinion. Right. But somebody might buy it. You know what I'm saying? But that's about how you value your brand in itself. Some people just doing that just so they can turn a profit.
Right.
But it's not saturated. We all gonna wear clothes. You know what I'm saying? I wear my guys stuff, people that make other brands, I wear their stuff all the time. That whole cross branding thing is not a problem for me. We, back in the day, people had Nike on top to bottom. Now you can throw on a Soul Child tee with some Alonzo Jackson pants or whatever, some Fashion Geek Pumas, you know what I'm saying, have a flat cap on or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or Chicago Kids cap from Dave Jeff with Fly Worldwide. You know, you can rock all of those pieces and just make it look good.
Right. Yeah, that was like looked down upon back in the day to wear like a Nike shirt with a, you know, some Adidas or something like that.
Right,
but
yeah.
Now everybody doing
it's
it.
about style and fashion now, man.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta feel good, and clothes gotta accentuate the way that you feel. And that's why I think Soul Child is important, because again, something that might look simple, when you wear it, you feel a certain way, and you carry yourself a certain way, and it brings life to the clothes.
Right. Okay. How do you go about getting your materials? Do you have like one company that you work with all the time? I mean, I know you don't go to the gas station. So,
No, I don't do the it depends. Like, I do have an embroiderer. I got somebody that does my chenille patches. I moved away from, the silk screens a little bit recently, but I still touch down with them. So I got a couple of people that I work with on certain things. I'm not yet large enough to actually go overseas myself and work with some of the manufacturers. But I do seek out certain feels and textures and stuff like that with the clothes that I'm doing, because in reality, there's certain, it's only so many manufacturers, you know what I'm saying? People that make a Gildan t-shirt or Hanes or whatever have you. And people are just putting their different brands on it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I learned from, my man, Dave Jeff and Zoe, when they were going overseas and hitting these manufacturers, the same people that make Polo, and Louis, the people that make them before they put the Polo sign on them.
Right.
To be able to get high quality stuff, knowing, how to get that stuff in bulk, and then put my brand on the same shirt that you see Polo got. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So again, I've had some great mentors to know where to get the stuff that I know best reflects my brand. So I got certain folks that I rock with. I'm still a little timid about doing the whole overseas thing, especially with certain merchandise, because I don't want to push out a cheaper product. So I'm pretty selective.
Okay.
And again, I do stuff that I like, and I take some suggestions every now and then.
You ever got anything off of Alibaba? I hear about that a lot.
I haven't. I've
okay.
seen it. Like I said, I'd be a little nervous about that. Alibaba, there's stuff from what's that other site? I can't think of it off the top of my head, but yeah, that's the stuff that's coming from like Iran, Pakistan, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't.
Just never tried
Not
it yet. Okay.
Nah.
Nothing wrong
But
with that.
they do have some creative stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some people be trying to find something different, especially if you do a lot of pants or if you do jogging suits. Like, people try to, go with the overseas thing. But I think I ordered some jogging suits from overseas once. And they don't always be true to size. So, like, it'll say 3X, but the pants fit like a 1X and the top fit like a 3X.
That stuff be little overseas.
Man, I had to throw that stuff away.
Yeah. It'd be tiny.
I can't.
It'd be tiny.
Can't sell nobody nothing and they put them pants that tight.
Right.
So, you take a couple of L's like that, throw some of that stuff out. But because I wouldn't even put my brand on it. Like, some people will still do it and then make it less expensive. Oh, here, this is a sale item, or they're cutting the sizes out and sell you a small pants and a 2X top. But I just don't do it.
Right. You got integrity for your brand.
Yeah. And I would hate for somebody to do me in like that. So
for real, I've got a few things where I bought some clothes and I get it. I'm like, what the heck? And I heard people had that same situation with the Kanye stuff from the Super Bowl. They bought stuff and you heard about that or no?
Yeah, no, I heard about it, but
the shirts was weird and like the pants and stuff.
Man, like I said, it's too many. I mean, it's some real fashion leaders and fashion folks in Chicago. Well, if you really humbled yourself and asked the right questions and tune in with the right people, there's no reason why any brand or anybody pushing fashion from Chicago needs to fail. Everybody takes losses, but failure, nah, it's too many winners here. You know, starting with the Barber Bates and it's just so many people, man, that's really doing it the right way. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to get into the cutting soles, you know, doing stuff with like Fashion Firm and I mean, it's a lot of dope brands out here, man. Like, I would like to think that the people I've touched down with, they all been real solid. Like, ain't nobody played me because I'm a different brand than theirs. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
Well, that's good. I mean, if you don't think so, we'll just go with they have it then, you know? So do you still do anything like on your own, you know, like just to try different things or try different designs? Do you have like something like a silk screen thing at home where you could just put some designs together, or is that?
You know what? I used to, but I just spend the money now because I'm, like I said, I'm doing a lot more with the stitching, and chenille stuff. So yeah, I just take a higher cost risk now, but I still, you know, send stuff out, and like I said, I got some good folks I work with that put out some dope stuff. I think I've been hitting with everything I put out this last year.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really seen nothing that was like not cool, honestly. Like you know, the groove stuff, the original Soul Child stuff. I really like the original with your son on there with the pick and the fro.
I have to bring that back out. People have been talking about that. I'm gonna have to bring it back out.
Cause I like that a lot because it's like, you know, you see that it's a black person on there, you know, with a fro on top of that, and it's just like for all the black people with fros, you know, which was me. Like I got braids right now, but I always been rocking a fro and stuff, and it's just like you don't really see too many like clothing, like designs with, you know, like that real like fro hair. I remember I was trying to come up with a design for something, and it was hard to even find like, you know, black people like facial features and stuff for this like face I was trying to make. It was hard. You know, they only had like your regular like non-black features, and it didn't look like what I was trying to make it look like, and it was just
that's dope. I'm glad you actually said that because, like I said, that's my son's 2-year-old picture. That's him. Good. You know what I'm saying? And to see him now, people be like, yeah, that is, you know, but we doing his 33 is his football number. We doing his 33 College Boy collection stuff. So we putting out some pieces and stuff now. But I guess, you know what? So the In the Groove thing didn't move like I wanted it to, but it's still live to me. Yeah. It was crazy that you brought that up. The groove.
Yeah.
Hey, everything, we be locked in. We be in the groove. So I still got some of that merch left, but it was dope to me, so I don't see it as a failure.
Nah, I don't think it's a failure at all. I don't think anything that you're doing is a failure at all. Like it's great, you know, and I can't wait till you know, figure out like how you could, you know, do more with it and stuff, which goes to my next question. You know, what do you have planned for Soul Child in the future? Are you gonna you know, maybe when you retire from the school, are you going to do that full time or do that soon, or, you know, what's your plan?
Well, right now, like I said, with my son doing this thing and on the sports side, We really want to push this college boy, college girl collection. We want to get these fashions down on these college campuses. I think that, especially with these HBCUs, a lot of young people are really tapping into the culture. They're being more expressive. So I think Soul Child would be the perfect complementary piece to the things that they're doing. And we're not just talking about fraternities and sororities. We're talking about everyday people that's really out here trying to be proud of who we are as a people and tap into this Black culture, whether it's music, comedy, fashion, getting into the service industry with, restaurants and stuff like that. Like, I think it's really important that we push this whole Black Renaissance thing again. So that's the plan for the upcoming, summer and fall, is to really push that real heavy. We're gonna do a lot of the signature soul stuff, but just some softer tones and some real sleek looking stuff that us grown folks could wear to the club. So you'll see a lot more of that stuff coming out soon, real soon.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna keep my eyes open on it. And can you just tell the people just everywhere, like, where they can find you and check out your clothes and buy some stuff? And
Yes, we back online at soulchildcollection.com. That's the big thing now. Like I said, we just dropped some nice soft sweaters and things like that, some jackets that promotes the motto, "A soul that is within me, no man can degrade." So we're doing a lot of that. We got some, shorts and crops and stuff like that for ladies that's getting into this fitness and, looking good and, staying soulful. So soulchildcollection.com online, at Soulchild Clothing on IG. We're not real big on Twitter yet, and I ain't tapped into that.
YouTube.
What's the other one?
Facebook
and YouTube and all that. So I'm looking for somebody that can help promote that and, get behind that. Maybe be my social media content creator person or whatever. Because I ain't on TikTok or none of that stuff. But yeah, IG and the website, you can definitely tap in.
Okay, cool. Yeah, everybody, make sure y'all go and follow Soul Child and check out his clothing and make sure you buy something as well. Support the brand. Can we just end it with some good advice or just some last words to share with all the people listening who are into being positive, healthy, and wealthy?
Hey, it only takes one yes. You're gonna experience a lot of no's. You're gonna experience some setbacks. But it only takes that one yes, that perfect timing, to really have your vision seen by others, which will capitalize on your wealth aspect. But you always got to stay true to who you are, what you want to put out there. Don't try to compromise for the masses. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when it comes to culture, when it comes to legacy, nobody can take away, what you truly put out there. It's real. The soul that is within you, no man can degrade. They can't take away nothing that you put out there and that you are true to. And that's what success is really about.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Well, thank you again so much for taking your time out to have this interview with me. And I'm going to post this on the YouTube channel. So, and I'll also send you a video so you can check it out. But yes, thank you.
Right.
Thank you so much. And we're going to be looking out for Soul Child. What you guys doing this summer?
No doubt. I'm actually headed. I got some packages, some orders to drop off, man. You're going to have to shoot me your info so I could shoot you one of them In the Groove joints. So you can rock it. So if you do that now, your package will go out within the next 10 minutes.
Okay,
so don't slack on me, bro.
All right,
size and addresses.
I'm gonna send it right now as soon as we get off of here.
All right, man. Hey, much success to what you got going on and what you're doing. I think this podcast is important, especially with this generation, man, so they can really understand and know what true wealth is all about, and that's what comes out of what's inside. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you can get paid for what you know and who you are, so you don't have to compromise none of those things to be successful and wealthy. So keep doing what you're doing, man. I salute you, bro.
All right, will do. Salute.
All right, love.
All right, have a good rest of your day, and thanks again.
You too, man. You got 10 minutes.
All right, I'm gonna send it right now.
All right.
All right, bye.